And here we are.
Yes.
So, and once again, the game starts in a crazy way. Your opponent approaches the wrong way and gets hit by this. And then this shape, again, very unpleasant. And very good beginning, very good start. Now, here's my question. When white plays here, what do you think white is planning to do with this move? Like, again, let's imagine that right now black passes and it is white's turn again. How is white going to continue?
Well, I think white is trying to separate the stones at the top and bottom and play onto the right side.
Okay, but there's something else that white is trying to do. Can white attempt to connect the A and the B?
Yes. Yes.
How can white do that?
J J9.
Yeah, J9 seems like the option. Because if white attempts to play J9 right now, that seems like a very boring move. Because now you have options. You can do this one, or you can just take the points. And either way, it's pretty good for black. Simple and nice. But what white is trying to do is white is trying to play here and then hopefully get J9 next. This way, white will get more influence, a bigger wall, and like press you down. So suppose that black plays somewhere else, and then white could do this. And now how to respond, right? Now if you play the same move, now it's your shape that is a little bit unpleasant. It feels like white just got this move at the head of you. So this is unpleasant. And that's exactly what white is trying to do. And so when you see through this plan, this gives you an idea of what to do.
Yeah. J9
Yeah,
for black.
and J9 is the best move because white just invaded. The A group is still kind of weakish, and instead of helping it, white chose to invade at B, hoping that you don't notice the disconnection. But if you notice it and disconnect, now immediately we're down to A and B again, and now both of them are weak. The A group is not strong, and the B stone is all alone and also weak. So now white needs to worry about two things instead of one. White is getting very busy here.
And I missed that. I didn't see that's what he was trying to do.
Yeah.
I didn't see that. I do now.
So that's just one thing. It's like in the previous game. Remember, we also talked about where is a good move for your opponent, and this is a very nice. Like whenever you don't know what to do, it really helps to think for your opponent, to become your opponent's best friend, and try to think honestly. Let's find a really good move for my opponent, and when you find it, maybe you can now reverse the roles and say, okay, now that I found it, what happens if I play it now? Wouldn't that be amazing? Sometimes it won't be, but sometimes it will give you a very nice idea what to do next, like for example here. So, okay, but this is still a nice outcome. You've managed well, and this, and this, and this connection, very nice. So, okay. And now, this game is, who do you think is ahead right now? Just by intuition, who do you feel is ahead? Even game?
Right. Well, I'd like to say black because I think black has that once the right side and the right lower corner
Uh huh.
and potential for the left upper corner.
Yeah.
So the area in the middle is not decided.
Correct.
And
That's good reasoning. So white now has this area which is very small, right? This is quite small, and this corner is pretty much big asset that white has, as opposed to you having, let me change the color here, you having the entire the entire right side, which is probably already bigger than everything that white has, and besides, you still have something over here. So yes, black has the advantage here. Black has a better position. So now from this reasoning, it seems like white has a lot of strength. White has a lot of strength aimed at, let me erase this, aimed at this area. Like this whole area seems like this is white's, white has a lot of stones facing that way.
Right.
And you have a lonely 3-3 cornerstone just hanging in there amidst the army of your opponent. So when you have something like this, my suggestion would be, let's help that stone a little bit, and that will make all of that strength useless. Because if white manages to convert this strength into points, white could make a lot of points there. But if you now add a stone somewhere in that area, this will completely eliminate all of white's power. And white will only have the points that we talked about just now. And that's why even though I cannot really criticize this move, it's a great move. But I would say it's not the most careful move. A more careful move would be eliminate that influence that white has and win the game easily. How can we do that?
That was my mistake, playing the 3-3, the C11 as a corner move.
No, it's not a mistake, not at all. It's a fine move. It's a personal choice what to play. Do you want to play a 3-3 or a 4-4, or actually a 4-4 would have been worse. A 4-4 would be invaded now, but a 3-3 is very safe. So I don't see.
Well, I say mistake because I've never done it before.
Well.
I thought, well, I'll play it, but I've never done it, and I've never tried to defend it. So I'm playing uncharted territory.
Okay, well then here it is. That's why I'm telling you that it's a safe move, and it's very difficult for white to attack it. But white can start getting closer to it and try to, bully this stone in the future. So before the bullying begins, that's why I'm suggesting that instead of this move, which is good, but maybe we could make it an excellent move and just play something, any reinforcing move for the 3-3, and that would be a stronger, a safer decision.
How about C9?
C9 is fine, yeah, very safe. I mean, usually a 2-space extension is standard when you're making an extension. 2-space is the golden standard. Is the absolute, like, something that can be done almost in any situation. So I would suggest this, but C9 is fine too. If you really want to be safe, C9 is okay. You can also go the other way and play something like this. Again, looks very small, but it makes the corner bigger and stronger. Now, after this, your corner can never be attacked, and white just has fewer points in this game. That's how you win the game kind of easily. So, but why you don't win the game is the fight at the bottom. And let's not talk about the crosscut for now, because I don't want to overwhelm you here. We'll talk about the crosscuts maybe some other time. Maybe another couple of crosscuts show up in your games, and then we'll take them and I'll maybe save this example for later. And once a couple more show up, we'll talk about crosscuts at some special occasion. But let's say it goes this way, this way, this way. Okay, this way. And now you see that at this point, you just need to read that how many liberties do your black stones have on the left? I mean, these stones. Only two, yeah? And white has an eye. White has an eye over here. So it means that at any point, as soon as you start doing anything, white can just atari and it's captured. Done. Kaput. No more. Right? So if it's so simple, then it means that it's time to stop. It's time to read this, analyze how many liberties you have, accept the mistake. Yes, something went wrong, but it doesn't matter. Now is your sente. That's what matters. And you can choose to use that sente in a nice and productive way. You haven't really lost much. You lost a couple of stones, but that's okay. You still kept all of your points on the right, and you could still now play something on the left side, somewhere in this area, and you're still very much fine in this game. So right now you go ahead and you play one of these moves, this one, this one, this one, and you're still doing fine.
Okay.
But the way you lost the game is because you play here, and that's a first line move. It's as if you're playing an endgame move, and your opponent correctly ignores you, and then you play another one, and this happens, this happens, this happens, this happens, and you lost your sente again, right? So h1 is a move on the first line, which is gote, and another one. So that's exactly how you lose the game, because white managed to play A and B for free. And in reality, A and B shouldn't even be there. It should be your turn right here, and you play this. See? A very big difference.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. That's how you lost this game, pretty much. So sometimes you need to accept the mistake. Mistakes happen, everybody makes them, and it's a matter of, can you cut your losses or not? If you insist in your mistake and you persist in this, no, I need to try, very often you get yourself deeper and deeper, and your game just plummets down and gets worse and worse. So at some point when you see that, okay, I'm losing this race, I'm losing this fight, that's okay. Just leave it and switch to other pastures, to greener pastures, and maybe get back to the fight later. So that's the moral of the story. Don't persist when you feel like it's not working. Yeah. Any questions about this here?
I see. I got stubborn about those stones, and
Okay. Yeah, a little bit. A little bit.